Joining me now to have a conversation about the future of work is the Executive Director of the League of Innovators. It's Joanna Buczkowska-McCumber, who is joining us from Victoria, British Columbia. Hello, Joanna.
Hello, Amber.
So
great to be here.
Tell us exactly what the League of Innovators is and what you do.
For sure. So League of Innovators is a national Canadian charity that empowers young people to be their own bosses in their lives and their careers. And how we do that is we offer accessible programs through a blended model of online and offline programming for young people between the ages of 15 to 25. And how we talk about it is that we do that from discovery to acceleration, really trying to democratize the concept of entrepreneurship and the entrepreneurial mindset. So young people across this country are able to learn these skills and these tools and bring them into their lives.
It's really interesting when we talk about the next generation, and I'm curious your perspective. Is the next generation just creatively inclined and interested in becoming entrepreneurs, or does the marketplace demand that of them?
So it's really interesting to look at that question and see what's happening in the world. And what we're actually seeing is declining numbers of startups popping up, even though the concept of entrepreneurship and the idea of an entrepreneur or successful entrepreneur is becoming more and more mainstream. But what we're seeing at the same time, even those numbers are decreasing while, in the media, the concept is becoming much more popular, is that young people are becoming more entrepreneurial in the sense that they're seeking out new ways of learning, new ways of doing things, new ways of solving problems, new ways of connecting with each other. And so in a sense, they're becoming more entrepreneurial in their own rights and in the way that they want to connect and in the way they want to build the world. And so what we're seeing is young people, we're seeing numbers of about 65% of young people that are in high school starting out their own little side hustles, whether that's a new Instagram channel or a TikTok channel. And so they're starting to get into this mode of creating their own entities, their own projects that aren't necessarily within a system, within the school system or within, like a learning experience system. So we are seeing a really interesting evolution of how young people are really taking what they learn in the classroom and bringing their own perspective and their own learned experience to it.
When we look at the young people across this country who are starting companies today, can you give us an example of a business that has been helped by your organization in terms of that business getting to that next level?
For sure. So I will share, we've got many examples of young people that we've worked with, and hopefully your audience will get to hear from some of them online if they search our website. But, one of the ones that we recently worked with at League of Innovators through our Labs incubator program was a young lady named Madison Gee, and she started a company. She was just starting the company when she came to us in 2018, and it was called Grant Me, and it was essentially a company that would find unused grants for post-secondary education, and would match those unused funds to students that needed them, whether it was based on region or the specific type of faculty that the student was going into. She had essentially found a way to measure and be able to find grants that were being unused all across this country, a huge amount of money that was being left on the table, while young people were accumulating debt at mind-boggling pace in the country. And so fast forward 2 years from 2018, and she has been able to match students with over $4 million worth of scholarships just in those 2 years, enabling over 2,000 young people in this country to be able to go to school without leaving their post-secondary education with a huge debt load. And I believe to date she has got over 50,000 young people that she's working with across the country to really help them match to the needed grants that they need. And so she is always done this all on our own, bootstrapped the company from really first dollar to now, and she hasn't taken on any investment or of any sort, and is continuing to grow the business even during this time, during COVID, trying to help all her students and alumni that have gone through her startup to really find the employment and the experiences that they need to really be successful in the future.
Excellent. I know there are a lot of young people who are watching right now and who are concerned and curious about the future of work. Can you just let them know where they can go if they're looking for more inspiration, more practical help from League of Innovators? What's the best destination for those people to head on over to online?
For sure. So just head over to our main website, which is just www.theleagueofinnovators.com. And on there, you can find all the programs that we run, everything from our Innovators Academy, which is essentially like an online platform to get all the information about learning the tools and the skills that you need to adopt an entrepreneurial mindset. It's all free. It's all there for you to learn, all the way to our acceleration program. So if you do have an idea and you want to figure out how to build it, go into our foundation program. If you're ready to build your startup, join or apply to our labs incubator. Our next intake is in September 2020. So we're there to support young people and young people on their journey to, really owning their future and building the startups of tomorrow.
Excellent. Well, listen, thank you so much for joining us, and thanks so much for all the work that you're doing at this incredible organization.
Thank you so much for having me.